Let me just give a few words I think that are important for us for food survival. I told you that the ATLAH Church has purchased enough food for 70 days to feed our entire congregation for 70 days. Now we may go out and send Elder LaFleur back out there into the thicket again to buy more because it could be longer than 70 days because there's going to be a food war, if not an outright famine. There's going to be a food shortage. Let's put it that way. There's just going to be, I mean, listen, there was a toilet paper shortage a month ago, 3 weeks ago. It's going to be a food shortage. It's going to happen. So I wanted to give to those people who are supportive of me, who help, who send their offerings, their tithes and offerings. Let me just give you a word. The Lord told me to tell you this. Here's some things that you need to purchase. You need to purchase lots of peanut butter, as much of it as you can get. Just go to the store right now. Right after you listen to me, after the Manna Report, run to the store. Well, not the word is store, but in North Carolina, it says store. And get as much peanut butter, but not, just hold it. Wait a minute now. Just make a list. Get a pen and a paper. I'll give you a moment, because you need to make a list. All right? Because if there comes a food shortage, and there's going to be one, it isn't necessarily that always that there will not be food on the shelves. It's just that the price of the food is going to be so high that you can't buy it because there's so little of it. And potentially there could be in some regions where there just isn't anything on the shelves anymore. But you could have a combination of both, where their food that is left, they're going to jack the prices up 1,000%. You just ain't going to be able to buy it. So go out there now and buy as much peanut butter as you can. All right? And crackers. These are things that are non-perishable. You can store that peanut butter in a jar for 2 years. It'll be ready when you open it up. Plus, it's nutritious. It's good for you, I think. But that ain't all. Not only that, check this out. Buy also candy. You say candy? Yeah, candy. Candy like Milky Ways, like Snickers bars, like peppermint candy, like chocolate, like Almond Joy, like, I don't know, candy, for crying out loud. Yeah. You say, what about candy? Well, there's several reasons why I'm going to instruct our family members and older people as well to buy candy. First of all, is that, thank you, Mr. Engineer. First of all, is because, first of all, there's plenty of candy out there. Don't nobody know about this but you and I. See, the people are looking at, they're going out there buying chicken and, steak and a whole lot of other stuff, and they're trying to stock up on canned goods, but nobody's thinking about candy because they don't realize two things about candy. Number one, if you really get stomped down hungry and there ain't no food nowhere around, you can always open up a bar of candy. And it's quick, it's sweet, it's nourishing, and it supplies you with a burst of energy. If there ain't nothing else, when everything else is gone, a bar of candy. And not only that, for children who were trying to deal with why we don't have any Rice Krispies and why we don't have, and by the way, you can buy a lot of those, but those things are off the chart right now expensive. A box of Rice Krispies costs you $7. Kellogg's Corn Flakes costs you $8. Stay away from them now. Raisin Bran costs you $12. But you can feed children. Let's say, for instance, it gets really bad out here, right? And there ain't no food on the shelves, or you don't want to go out there because there's another outbreak of coronavirus and everybody's scared to go to the market. If you got a box full of candy, a big box full of candy, you could eat a bar of candy. It ain't a steak meal. It ain't a hamburger, but it'll nourish you for a while. It may get you from point A to point B. And the children will like it. So now don't go out there and tell everybody else, but don't go tell the heathens. Guess what? I heard that pastor, man, he told us, man, that man speaking with wisdom. All right. So after candy, you get the sardines, right? Most people know about that, so the price of them might be jacked off. Mackerels, too, if you've never had mackerels. They come in a can. And you can, they'll last for 2 or 3 years. I think the sale date on them, but there you can go 8, 9 months past the date they're supposed to be sold. Mackerels, sardines, and get yourself a lot of mayonnaise and salad dressing, and it doesn't have to be refrigerated until you open it up. And you mix up some mackerels and make yourself a mackerel or sardine salad. And all canned goods, you can get them. The canned goods are going to go. Now, listen, understand this. This thing ain't over with, right? And there are going to be more food plants like Smithfield Food shutting down. You know, these cans will last for a long time, and you can make yourself a little salad, right? And sardines as well. A lot of people know about sardines, but they don't know about the mackerels. All right, so then after that, I think that you can buy potatoes. Potatoes can last you. Put a bag of potatoes. You know, a bag of potatoes will last you, 2-3 months. Just keep it in the bag. Keep it under cool in the dry place. And onions too, by the way. You say, Pastor Man, how we get from the Southern Baptists actually stomped down believing that Jesus sent a liar to save them to just listen. You ask too many questions, first of all. Well, no, you can never ask too many questions unless I get annoyed with you. So buy potatoes, because they'll last, they could live 6 months. And if they grow some spuds on them, they start growing potato leaves on themselves and cut the spud out, stick it in the ground if you can do that, like the Matos people down there in New Jersey, and grow more potatoes. Onions, dates, you know what dates are, right? You Arabic people. Carrots. Now here's the thing I really want you to pay attention to. Buy chicken and turkey now, and save the bones. After you eat the chicken and after you eat the turkey, save the bones. Get a plastic bag, right? And put just a little tad of water after you get all the chicken off the bone, the meat. And then put the bones in a plastic bag and then squeeze all the air out of it, put a little water in there, and then wrap it real tight and put it in the refrigerator, not the freezer. By the way, turn your freezers down a little bit as well, because now that you're home, the children are opening the door all the time. So less food spoilage. But put the chicken in bones. I said the chicken bone, not the chicken. Put the bones. Save the bones. Don't throw away no bones. Save the bones for Henry Jones, because Henry don't eat no meat. That's from somewhere else. No, save the bones. Save chicken bones and turkey bones and bones of lamb and beef bones. Put them in a plastic bag. Wrap them as tight as you can. Put a little water on them to moisturize them, right? And then put them in the refrigerator, not the freezer. Put them in the refrigerator. Stack them back in the bag. And then what you can do is go out and buy yourself a big old bag, a 100-pound bag of rice, 100-pound bag of beans, right? It'll last you for 2 years. And you cook a little rice and beans, and when you're cooking the rice and beans, you can make a bean, with a lot of water and put some of them chicken bones or them lamb bones or beef bones in that beans, and man, you got yourself some good eating. Now, you ain't gonna have no meat. The beans are gonna be the meat. They're cheap. You can go out there and get beans right now. You can get a bag of rice. You can get 2 bags of rice. You can get, 2 bags of, and since y'all aren't driving your cars very much, you can store some of this stuff, you can store it in the back of your trunk of your car. Of course, don't tell anybody you got it, because somebody will be breaking into your car. But you can eat some rice and beans with some bones. See, bones got marrow in them. Chicken bones, I'll tell you that. Every man from South Carolina, North Carolina know that if you want to be sexy, eat the bone. The chicken bone. Okay. Scratch that last part I said. Now, we eat bones from North Carolina. I don't know what y'all eat up here in New York and New England. Now we eat the bone. We eat the fish bone. I was gonna say get fish bone, but I don't like fish. Fish bones have more calcium in them, especially if you get salt fish or you get fish out of the sea, right? A fish bone, they just take the whole bone out the fish, and you can bone the fish, and that got more salt in it, but it's good salt, not even sea salt. It's good salt, good calcium, and all bones are full of calcium. That's right. Some of y'all, you got weak bones now, all that start eating more bone. And then the bones had the marrow in them, right? The beef has the best marrow. And, but chicken is good. Chicken bones, lamb, marrow, beef, marrow, and you cook your meals with them bones to flavor your bones. Years and years and years and years ago, before I got religion, I'd tell you to get some ham hocks, but I would tell you, I don't eat pork. I'm the reason being I'm logical because I eat, but the pork has viruses in it. See, the pig has no immune system. This is absolute. Ask any doctor, ask any Jew, ask any priest. The swine has no immune system. You have an immune system. You catch a cold, little antibodies in your body get put on them boots and get that rifle. They go shoot the cold. You get rid of it in a couple of days. You're supposed to have an immune system to fight this coronavirus, right? It's supposed to be something in your body that puts his boots on, gets his rifle, go shoot that virus. But there's nothing. There's no antibodies. Pigs, swine, now listen to me, swine have absolutely no immune system. Any disease if a swine gets a disease, like a swine flu, for instance, right? If a pig gets a disease, that pork chop you're gonna eat gonna be full of all kinds of viruses. Now you can cook it, they say cook it well, and that way you can cook it out, but I don't really believe, it don't get it all. So that's why I don't go for the ham hocks and the pork chops. Not that I don't, wouldn't eat them, because I used to eat pork chop, all the ham hocks, neck bones too. I don't do that no more because it's diseased. The swine has no immune system. I just say absolute truth. A rattlesnake can bite a pig and the snake would die because a pig is so poisoned. That's right. The pig has no conductor of his blood vessels in such a way as to get rid of the viruses. So they're just diseased animals. And everybody tell you that pork is diseased, but it's a lot of people would taste good. Don't go down that road. Get yourself some fish bones. Okay, I'm gonna relent. Get some fish bones and chicken and turkey bones and store them. And it'll season your food. It'll season them rice and beans. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And you're gonna feel a whole lot better about that process once you, and because there's gonna, and even if I'm not sure how much of a dearth, how much there is gonna be a food shortage. If this coronavirus social distancing, have you seen all those long lines at Walmart? Have you seen those long lines at Costco's? And the lines are getting longer, and there are more people at cash registers getting sick at Costco's. And after a while, you'll be out there all day trying to get into Costco's or Walmart or any of these other stores for that matter. You just can't go on like this. I'm amazed that some of these people still go to work for Walmart for $12 an hour. And you got people these long lines, and then I don't know if you've seen all these long lines now at these food distribution plants where they give out food. People, not homeless people, but people just food pantries. This is not going to end next month. And so buy this food and store it. You can even use the trunk of your car to store some. You got the trunk, your closets in your house. Turn down your refrigerator a little bit more, and you can make it through this process. You can buy enough food, candy, canned goods, bones. Well, every time you get a chance to buy chicken, because you can't buy too many of them because you got to refrigerate them. You can buy one a week if you can get one, a turkey a week if you can get one, and then save the bones. You can get a package, you get 30, 40 packages of bones. Keep them cool, keep them in a cool place, and season your food. So I thought I would share that with y'all, to help everybody make it through the day. I'll be giving more instructions on this as it goes along. This is a little bit different for the Trust in the Lord Hour, but I figured I'd try to help some of y'all because this thing ain't over with yet. It ain't hard. The worst is yet to come.